Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
And yes, indeed. I think it probably is as vital to the future of you all. Yeah, things getting crazy, baby. You know those slow motion videos of car crash, you know, the way they do for like crash tests, like you know, those really like slow motion ones where you see it implode slowly. I think we're right at the beginning of that. I think that's like, and I think it's coming to us all. I think this is we live in crazy. Listen, I've been talking about the end of the world for about 6 months. Could this be it? Could this be it? Could this be the beginning of it? Yeah. Look, okay, I want to be clear. Everybody else who said the end is nigh has been wrong. Other than Noah, right? Everybody else said, and I guess Moses, right? Moses was like, did he say the end is nigh? Well, he said that the plagues were coming, right? Yeah. Did he? I can't. Did he say about the splitting of the Red Sea? I can't remember. I don't recall. I think that was a surprise. No, he didn't say that. But yeah. So listen, keep that in mind. Even according to my insane worldview, everybody who has said the world's going to win, the end is nigh, has been wrong. Everybody other than Noah, right? Yeah, it's me. So I'm probably wrong. Also, I want to point out, I'm not a prophet. I don't know. This is all Holmesian, right? This is all eliminate the impossible. Whatever you have left, no matter how improbable, must be the truth, right? So that's basically the the model I went, imagining that my worldview is real, right? If I had my worldview is real, you know, yeah, listen, it seems to me that things have been going on for the last few years that have been moving us to an end of days scenario, right? Which it's been going on for a while, right? But I think Trump was a part of that. I think the 2020 election was certainly part of that. I think what's happening next is a thing. But anyway, so we had this thing on Lag BaOmer, the 33rd day of the Omer, which was about 13 days ago now, right? This huge tragedy where 45 people were killed. Very disturbing, very disturbing. They were killed. They were very religious people at a Jewish festival. It's like this very, very unifying festival. So I talked about it on another stream. I won't go through the whole thing again. But this Rabbi HaGeffen, gave a class, a really very good one. It's on YouTube. It's very Jewy. It's got lots of very Jewy words in it. It'd be too hard to navigate, I would say. But basically, his idea was that that day was a messianic day. And the reason the tragedy came on that day is because the reason for that tragedy is what is holding back the messianic times, right? Holding back that light of the Messiah starting to be able to burst through. And so he proposed that it was the sin of people talking badly about one another with the intent, with malicious intent, right? Specifically Jews, religious Jews against religious Jews. Well, I guess the whole world round, right? But specifically religious Jews against religious Jews. He can. It's saying they compare to murder. It's very bad. It's called lashon hara, right? It's evil speech, and and speech is our most holy thing, right? It's it's intangible, so it's like you can measure it obviously, but it's intangible. So it's that most holy expression of that speech, I think. Anyway, so that's what he surmised. But so somebody asked him at the end of the class, said, "Well, has that that heavenly tribunal happened? Has that debt been paid then?" And he said, "Well, yeah, of course. With the people died." He said, "Well, is there anything?" He said, "Well, then there's what could be holding back? The beginning of the messianic times." I mean, and he's like, "Not much, not much. I mean, you got to go through these travails to get there, right?" But which I think we're starting, right? I think it's really genuinely this thing in Israel is listen. It's always where I am, okay? I'm telling you, mate. It's weird. It's always where I am. When I lived in Miami, you know where I lived? Dade County. Dade County, the year where they had the hanging chads, they had they couldn't choose the election for like 3 weeks or whatever, and people were freaking out, right? My county, me. And then was something else big happen as well. And it was where I was. It's always where I am, man. Okay, it's always, I don't know. Okay, I am a lightning rod for global disaster. Okay, so there you go. But I do think this thing in Israel is, it started on the Jewish month of Sivan, right? Which I think when the month starts, you get a new, what's called muzzle. Muzzle is kind of like fate, luck, for the month. And I think I think this is, the Mission Impossible, like the fuse. Yeah, I think this is it. And look, it might turn out to be nothing, but this is crazy. Okay. I'll show you. I'm going to show you a bunch of crazy stuff tonight. I got all these like cell phone videos of bombs going off around them and iron domes and stuff like that. It's freaking crazy. There's nothing on the shelves. Like everything's gone. It's so like my wife's shopping now. There's a big Jewish holiday on Sunday called Shavuot. It's and there's no food. Everyone's trying to go and buy food. It's just crazy. My son just sent me another bunch of stuff here. 1 second. Let's start over here. I'll start with my oldest son had a good nose. Okay, that was a good one. 1 second here. Let me share the screen. I go to WhatsApp. So not this one. Is it this one I wanted to show you guys? I haven't seen this one yet. Oh yeah. It's Iron Dome's going off.
Oh, טירוף, זה לא מפסיק.
Yeah, you do see them over there. Like they're very cool. Okay, is that the one I wanted? That's not the one I wanted. No, must be this one then. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Check this out. Whoa! Look at that. He just went out for a falafel. I'll make it big. We'll watch that again. See? You don't get this on other channels. This is what they want. Boom! Look at that. That's crazy. You're out getting a falafel and the car blows up. That's nuts, mate. That's a weird way to live. So this was cool. Check this out. Okay. These are the iron domes going up to intercept the Hamas rockets. And I just got to take a minute to explain the Hamas rockets. They're all homemade, right? And they got the flight pattern of, imagine a 2/3 full bottle of Diet Coke. Right, so they got this weird like oscillation, and the algorithm built in to these freaking missiles to get close enough to them to blow them up, unfreaking believable. Like this is just insane. Like I was there. I had the I found myself sitting next to, was it I can't remember what it was, like some kind of like statistician, which I didn't really understand it, okay? And he was trying to explain to me how complex this, like how impossible this computation was to do. And he was like, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Here. So let's watch this. This is the iron dome. You might have seen this already. I'll wind it back. So anyway, on the left is the iron domes, and on the right is the Hamas missiles. Hey, look at that! Fuck me! Oh, boom, boom, boom! It's better in daytime, okay? I'll tell you why. Because in the daytime, you can see them like course correct. Oh, freaking awesome. I'm reminded my rabbi Nach Weinberg, of blessed memory. I've been doing the 48 Ways to Wisdom. It is honor, I think. It is honor, which is one of his big things. That was his one of his cornerstone teachings. We're coming to the end. We're up to way 46 tonight. He had the story once. The police had told him, they'd arrested a. This is before the PLO was. This is back when the 70s, when they were bad guys, still like 80s. I think it was the early 80s, right? They arrested. They had a bomb making plant, and it blew up, right? And they rescued a couple of people, and arrested them. And so he overheard one say to the other in Arabic, "Said, what can you do against these Jews? Allah is on their side." Oftentimes the good Lord does not. Be clear. Oftentimes the good Lord feels the Jewish people needs a good kick in the balls. That's a very regular occurrence. This time, I'm thinking maybe not. I think things are going to get freaking crazy, though. I mean, okay, just to put this in context. The last one, which was in, 2014, right? 2014. That was, over the entire 50-day campaign, they had fired, I think, double the amount of missiles they fired in the 2 days than this one. I mean, it's long. So that's the first thing going on. But second thing, there's always like Arab riots going on across, and it's like weird because normally speaking, the Arabs and the Jews, we're pretty much okay. Forget the freaking news. Normally, you go to an office, it's Ahmed, it's Yitzhak, and it's everyone. Nobody gives a shit. But honestly, that's the truth. We all just want when I had my kitchen redone, the good Lord did bless me. Yeah, this is the way God blesses you, okay? We had a leak underneath one of our floorboards, and it was like wobbling, not under like one tiles. I was like, oh crap! And my wife said we should get the insurance claim in, right? I'm like, oh god, no, I don't want to do it. So but we did, and then they gave us a whole new kitchen, like, and a floor, and but I mean, we had to put a ton of money in ourselves, and but the guy we got to do it was Mujdi. Mujdi was freaking awesome. I love Mujdi. Mujdi and his brother Kushkush. Kushkush, he was the tiler. He was a very good tiler. But Mujdi was kind of like in charge. But Mujdi, he also was a tiler. Like sometimes he'll come in and just like, hey, let me put a couple of tiles in. He's like, oh, is a Yoffi, yeah. So Mujdi, yeah. So that's basically how it normally is, with the but if you get a Jewish contractor, they just hire Mujdi, right? Basically how it works. But yeah, no, that's basically normally how it works. You go anywhere, it's always Jews and Arabs, right? But now there's a lot of rioting going on. There's all these Lord's crazy. There's been synagogues burnt down, that's off the chart crazy. That's never happened before, right? So people are freaked out, right? They are freaking out. My daughters are. They are. Yeah, they just came home. Well, listen, where they were, my daughter in the army, they got missile alerts all night. So she had to keep running to the bomb shelter, which was like a block away. And then the people in the bomb shelter were assholes, right? And she saw a bomb go overhead, and a iron dome beat it, and she saw it literally happen. And she was running to the shelter, and they said, "No, you can't come in." But why not? So you can't come in. So, but there has been an alert. I'm looking at the mother, you stupid. So yeah, and she's been running to the shelter a lot, right? So she's got that when someone's been on a tour in Nam, look like that. She's like, so she needs to sleep. Okay, she hasn't even slept yet. She hasn't unwound enough to sleep. My other daughter is home from college as well, and she's like, "There's a bunch of Arabs in my dorm. We were fine, but now I don't know. I think also they get these red alerts all bloody night. By the way, I think the people killed, most of them so far on the Israeli side have been Muslims, right? And you wait and see for the Palestinian numbers. Turned out on the last one, a good 30% was friendly fire, right? I'm not even exaggerating. Because again, these bombs are shit. They don't, I mean, like, again, they make them in their gardens. And they fire them. Have you seen the footage of them firing from like deeply populated places in Gaza? Now, let me look, see what my son sent me. He sent me a bunch of stuff. What's this one? Hang on. Oh, this is funny. Yeah, wait. I will share the screen. There you go. Listen, you only really experience a war if you get to see the war's social media. If you don't see the war, so the news doesn't really give you what's going on. You need to see the social media. Yeah, so this is these couple of people about to make a report on channel 13. Will be they got the massive 13 on their. Here we go. Yeah, they're loud, those things. What's this one? Yeah, some is that the Iron Domes going off, or those I don't know. They're Iron Domes. Okay, yeah. My guess is that's Hamas missiles, and that's an Iron Dome, right? Do you see the difference? Let's have a look at it. Oh, awesome. Yeah, they do that. It's mind-blowing how they move. Freaking crazy. He's like, I'll sit him right there. I don't know. He's a call. Oh yeah, no, my son has to translate it. That's like real Hebrew. Fine. Let me say hello to the chat. I'm terribly sorry. I got carried away. But I do think this is the beginning of the end. I think it's not crazy that it can spark some crazy shit, right? It's not like let's just say, okay, now they're talking about they're okay to ground invasion, right? This is not good news, okay? A ground invasion means it's going to be, because people are really, they've never been this freaked out, right? Right? And don't freak out, Israelis. Man, look, Israelis, man. You don't freak them out. God, you know what? These are sort of people that you wake up in one morning. If you freak them out, if they piss you off, you're gonna wake up one morning and look at go, open your eyes, and you'll see a glass of water by your bed, and then you look, and you squint, and you'll see your testicles floating in there. These are these people, okay? Yeah, so they're getting ready to do a ground invasion, which is that they haven't, because it's going to be very, very, very bloody, right? Like during the last one where they actually had a combat, a bunch of them had babies in papooses on them so they wouldn't be shot by the Israelis because they're not going to shoot a baby. Like, what the hell? It's okay. Our snipers are fine. they can miss the baby. Don't worry, they'll be fine. Although again, it's like it's not sniper fire. It was tank fire that took out a bunch of them last time with like insane accuracy. Freaking crazy. Yeah, so like I don't know if they're going to do a ground invasion. And my son is in a administrative position, so I'm hoping they kind of want to keep him there, but he won't want to do that. He'll be like, yeah, listen, I don't know. He's a very level-headed young man, but listen, I can imagine him reasoning himself, saying, I think it's very character building to be in combat. And it's probably one of my only opportunities. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I can see him being like that. Prick. Okay, fine. Okay, the chat. Jonathan Cox, hello, how are you, sir? Oh, you must be looking at the thumbnail. Yes, I'm ready for duty, sir. Yeah, you said duty. I just finished listening to the Ravagers, okay? Spoiler alert, it's good. It's not woke. It's what I say, good. It's okay. I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. It's lovely to hear Chris again. It's freaking lovely to hear Christopher Eccleston again. I'm really glad there's more Christopher Eccleston Doctor Who. It's a 3-part story. It's all linked together, so it's like a mini season. It's a mini story. It's a good story. It's very different from everything that's done before because it's very. It's not Russell T Davies. It's very Nick Briggs, and it's very science fiction-y. It's very made for science fiction fans. So it's a very circular time loop of a story. And it's good. It's again, Chris is great in it. The cast is great in general. He's got a companion in it, and she's great. Again, I just wish they did a photo shoot together. She was her companion, like just shave your bloody beard, put a jacket on, shut up. Here, hold this sonic screwdriver. You're Doctor Who, okay? God, it's going to take you half an hour. Stop it. Stop whinging. Oh, and she was good. The companion, I liked her. What was her name? Hang on, I'll find a picture of her. Avengers. So yeah, it's a recommend. I'm really glad it's a recommend. And if you like this era, right? If this is where you came in, if this is your era, oh man, are you gonna love it, right? For me, this is my era. I guess would be late Davison, Colin Baker, something like, oh, she's hot. Okay, fine. She's a very pretty young lady. Let's share the screen. She looks like great as a companion. Oh man, can somebody work out a photo shoot with them together? Because she's great. I think she's the exact right hot, right? The exact right. She's not like ridiculously porny hot, right? But she's very attractive. I would call her spankable. Yes, I think certainly she gets my spank award. So there you go. Don't like the tattoo, darling. But I'm just maybe that's for a role, right? Do you have the tattoo there? Don't see it. Okay, there you look better. Here you kind of scared me a bit. There you go. Yeah, no, and she'll be a great. She was a great companion. She was interesting. She was different. Yeah, no. Again, in general, I haven't even gathered my thoughts about it yet. In general, though, it's a recommend. It's certainly a recommend. Not woke at all. Just good Doctor Who. It's not stellar Doctor Who. And it's not right. So here's the weird thing. All of Eccleston's Doctor Who so far has been very Russell T Davies. And very Russell T Davies is very deeply family orientated with like scoops of weirdness on it. Like Russell. And it's not like that at all. It's very Nick Briggs Doctor Who, which is very like it's good, but Nick Briggs's imagination is much more less flamboyant, right? So it's a good little story. It's a good little circular story. I liked it. I'm going to listen to it again. In fact, so that's actually a strong recommend. Then we're going to listen to it again. Yeah, okay, you've done well. But yeah, and yeah, Chris is a delight. The whole idea of it is actually clever. It's you know what? It's just nice to hear good Doctor Who. That really is. It's nice to hear good Doctor Who. So, yeah. So I'm really glad it's a recommend. It's one of the. I think it's better than Master and Masterful. It's just really good Doctor Who. That's what it is. It's just really good Doctor Who. Fine. Gene Difficult Chronicles. How are you, sir? Good evening, Rabbi. Hell chat. Oh, man, I'm so behind. PD Rich, looking at the thumbnail, that's how Rabbi still keep. Listen, mate, you gotta keep your spirits up, baby. That's what I say. Yeah. But yeah, listen, man, this could spark in a billion different directions, or it could massage down to nothing. But it could spark in a billion. Plus. I mean, let's just add this up. There are food shortages and gas shortages in throughout the US. Like Georgia has 40% less gas right now, right? And so that's having a knock-on effect at freaking everything. That's like destroying that. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's supposed to be a lot worse. There's hyperinflation. There's a border insanity beyond crisis, like 300 times worse than it's ever been, and getting worse every freaking day. It's not going well. And now the Middle East is on fire. I mean, literally, listen, what happened is America is a cork that holds back crazy, and that cork's going away. You know, it's going away, and they all know America likes Iran, right? That's what Biden likes Iran. That's where the power. That's why Saudi's moving over to Iran now. Yeah, it's the that's what's going down. It's I don't know. It's both in terms of my religious timeline. September 1st is the Jewish New Year, where it's supposed to be, I think, over by whatever's going to go down. So they say that the miracles of the coming of the messianic era are greater than that of the Exodus. So that's going to be wild. But again, I don't know how possible that is, because the Exodus happened. You had all those miracles happen in a world where both idolatry worked and magic existed, right? It was much more of a Game of Thrones-esque world, right, back then. It was up until about 2,700 years ago. The rabbis of that era they wrestled with the evil inclination for idolatry, right? It came out in the form of a lion made of fire, and they entombed it under the Beit HaMikdash, the holy holies in Jerusalem, which is why this sparks off. By the way, I'll tell you why. For finish the story. When they did that, because with idolatry, you used to be able to go to an idol and make a sacrifice of some sort. You didn't have to kill your kid. That was Baal. Although I think Baal also liked you taking a shit on it. One idol likes you to take a shit, especially when you took a shit on it. And it's really weird. It was like, that's the way you worshipped. Okay, fine. But you will get whatever you wanted, right? You'll get what you wanted by worshipping the idol. But so that went out the world, but also magic stopped working. That's when magic went out the world. So they said, fine, I'll take it, said the rabbi. I said, let's get rid of the evil inclination for sexual impropriety. Thankfully, as you can see, Exhibit A, it still works. It still works because they got rid of that, but then they found nobody would do anything. The chicken wouldn't lay eggs, people wouldn't pray. They were like, "Yeah, who gives a shit? I got nothing in life." That's basically what it was. So they let that one back out, and boy, is it out, baby! Yes. Anyway, but the Temple Mount is what all this is about, right? It's what the entire thing is about. 1 second. The Temple Mount is where the Dome of the Rock is, right? That's where the first 2 Jewish temples sat. So here, let me show you. 1 second. So I'm getting 2 pictures. So again, 3 times a day, every religious Jew prays for this, right? It's like this is not like a hidden thing, right? This is like 3 times a day. This is like a central part of being Jewish. Yeah, 1 second. Dang, the picture I got just came out. I hate this new webbed thing. Like, what is that? Just give me a freaking JPEG or a ping, you pain in the ass. There's got to be a better picture of it. Hang on. I'll go for Dome of the Rock. If I do put Dome of the Rock. Oh, here, that's a good picture. We'll take that one. Hopefully that's a real JPEG. Yeah, thank God. And now I'm going to do a search for Dome of the Rock so you can see it. We're going to see it in comparison. There you go. Fine. Hopefully that's a picture. Yes. Fine. So let me open these pictures up. Because this is really what the entire conflict is about. This teeny tiny bit of land. So let me share the screen. Doink. Okay, fine. So that is the Dome of the Rock, right? The Al-Aqsa Mosque, right? So Jews are not really allowed up there according to both Judaism and well, the Muftis, yeah, but Islam's fine with it, but they don't let Jews there. There's certain Jews are certainly not allowed to pray there, right? So then also, like, it calls in Judaism as well, you have to be either in the act of taking the Temple Mount from idolaters, or you have to be ritually pure. Then to be ritually pure, you're going to need a completely red cow, which is a completely orange cow, I should say. It's called a para aduma, and then they sacrifice that and they burn it. And they take the ashes and they add the ashes to water, and then they sprinkle the water on your head, and that's how you get ritually pure to go up there. Okay, very, very complicated. There's a lot going on. So that's the Dome of the Rock. So that's where they built that. This is where the Jewish temple used to be, right? Like next to it, right? They built it it was destroyed by the Romans. Was it? Was the Babylonians and the Romans. Yeah, it was destroyed by the Romans. There was 2 temples. It was destroyed by the Romans, and centuries later, the Al-Aqsa Mosque was built. However, a central tenet of Judaism is that this will happen, right? That there will be a 3rd temple, and it'll be there. And so, you know what you do at the temple, by the way? What the point of the temple is? You basically go and eat meat, right? You go and have the steak. That's what you do at the temple. I think in one of these courtyards you sit and eat. I'm not sure. It's very complicated. I'm learning the tractate of the Talmud about it right now. So yeah, but there's a ritual fire that comes right from. Let's see, can I highlight it? Does that come out on the screen? Yeah, there's like the smoke would go up in like a column there, but that's really what it's about. Because a central part of Judaism is that this will be built, and for that to be built, the Dome of the Rock needs to go, right? So that's the entirety of what the conflict is about, right? So because and the weird thing is, only a very, very small percentage of the Jews, like teeny tiny, under 1%. Would say, yeah, let's do it. Right? Like a teeny tiny percent of them. They could have done it in 1967. 1967, when they took the old city. The chief rabbi at the time, he was widely reported to be walking down towards the Wailing Wall, which is, I'll show you. Wailing Wall is the last standing part of the temple. Here, so go over there. So the Wailing Wall is, if you zoom in, is there. Okay, this was the back wall of the Jewish temple. Just a bit of it. That's the last thing that's standing. So when in 1967, when they were like heading down towards there, he was blowing this thing called this trumpet, this ram's horn, like, because it was this thing. This is what you do in like messianic times, like and when they took it, they said, fine, let's blow this thing up. Yeah, we're going to build the temple. And Aaron was it Moshe Dayan or Aaron Dayan? Aaron Dayan said no. He was a very big secularist. He said, no, we're not doing that. We're also going to invite the Muslims back to pray in their holy site. And we're like, wait, what? And that's essentially what caused the Israel-Palestinian conflict, right? Because they'd all run away. But there you go. So anyway, I think that's essentially, so according to like my Bible thumping religiosity, that within about a year, that I think that might be a reality, right? Within about a year, I think that might be, and the world will be radically changed. That's how crazy I think things are going to get, and it's going to happen in the next 3 months. So there you go. That's what to look forward to. But let's talk about Star Trek and Doctor Who. No, definitely talk about Doctor Who. I'm actually quite happy to talk. There's actually quite a bit to talk about with Doctor Who right now. There's a lot going on with a lot. And also listen, you're going to hear rampant anti-Semitism, like rampant anti-Semitism. Well, one of the scenarios I can see going down is they do a ground invasion of Gaza. It's very bloody, right? You have lots of images of lots of dead people, right? And like people are like, yeah, it's going to be and then there's international condemnation, and it will like turn into like a maybe a task force coming against Israel. Like I can see crazy things going down, right? Again, going down relatively quickly, right? I don't think Biden can certainly take any pressure from his base to not go against Israel. I just Rashida Tlaib, she's in charge. That's the way it is. It's basically as if Jeremy Corbyn won. That's basically where the reality, right? But I always said, listen, I believe the reason that my whole religious belief about the election is I think they probably cheated, and I think the good Lord allowed that to happen to raise up a pure evil, raise up pure evil, but raising it up with the intent of destroying it. That's what I think. That's why I say I think the world's going to end, right? Because that's what I think. I think if you hopefully I think I would like to believe if we're decent people, we're nice to one another. We're all going to be getting through the other side, and just the douchebags will be gone. And wow, wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be a great world to live in? The world where the douchebags are all gone. Gary Twinham, how you doing? Hello, Madonna Quitters. Darren M, how are you? Oh, it's going to jump big time. It's not a jump yet. There you go. It's going to jump. Piggy Rich, hello to you. Hello to you anyway. Scott Wilson, how you doing? Now it jumped. There you go. 1 second. Yeah, I was just up to Merks Eddie. There you go, Merks Eddie. How you doing, my good sir? Packed again. Yes, a lot to get to. But always time for a bit of waffle. The Babylonian Talmud, which I study every day. In my favorite tractate, which is Megillah, connected to my favorite holiday, Purim, which is you have a commandment to get completely drunk. Because you know why? You overthink things. Let your conscious mind go occasionally, and bask in the oneness of the good Lord. That's what I do enjoy that on Purim. Okay, that's the basic idea. That's why we get drunk. Good old Gobblers. Yes, I love it. I love me a bit of Ainley. I wish they'll get John Carshaw to do more Ainley, right? And I wish they will get Sadie Miller to do less Sarah Jane. She freaking awful, and I see she's in the next Third Doctor set as well. I was like, really? Oh no! I mean, she's in the one coming up. I knew about the one coming up this month, right? But oh god, she's in the one, the next one as well. She's not very good. I mean, can we just please look, Nick Briggs? I know you like her, okay? I know you think it works. You're wrong. Nobody thinks she sounds like Sarah Jane. Not even. And what's her name? Liz. What's her name? Caroline John's daughter doesn't sound like Liz Shaw at all. Stop. It's not working. Okay. I applaud the effort. 10 out of 10 for effort. Yeah, Harry Sullivan wasn't bad. John Coltrane's freaking awesome. I like Tim Treloar. I'm looking forward to War Doctor. These are all good ones. Yeah, wind back these ones. You don't need to do things with Sarah Jane. I think Moses was in denial. He was for quite some time. That is true. When Moses would always confront Pharaoh first thing in the morning while Pharaoh was going for his morning shit, which he did in the Nile, but he did that privately because he didn't want anybody to know that he took a shit. Because he said he was a deity, and he never wanted to be seen shitting. So that's why he went to the Nile every morning. David Strawbridge, how you doing, my good sir? Karen says, that's Tzvi Lebetkin. The end is coming. Glad you have your books and art to me to get through. Yes. I do believe postal service and printers will run. It's going to be a very strange apocalypse. I really do. I think it's going to be. I think life's going to kind of go on as normal, but things are going to get weird, real weird. Darren Manners, how are you, sir? Stephen Andrews, shalom. What time is it? Okay, I'm about half hour behind right now. I also give a cute as a fan, but probably not effective for a person of the. Yeah, no. Well, listen, if you're starving, you can, for the save a life, you can eat anything. Yeah, spam though. Spam always looks pretty bad to me. I have to tell you, spam is one of the few times I go, oh yeah, this kosher thing's working out for me. Although it's kosher food is so freaking expensive. If I was gonna eat treif, my first thing, of course, would be treif is non-kosher food. Would be bacon. Bacon is number one, and then shellfish, shrimp, and lobster would be number two. Shrimp, lobster, and crab would be number two. Although the fake crab, pretty darn good. I do like the fake crab. I wonder about. Tell you, I have no idea what my wife's going to be able to find in a shopping expedition. I tell you, the shelves are empty. People are freaked out. I'm definitely the first guy. Oh, the Iron is so much better now. Eccles is a lunatic. He wants Cyberwoman instead of Cyber. Yeah, I know, but the good thing about Eccles is this: he just shuts up and reads the lines, okay, and that's fine because he's great doing that, right? He's great doing that. Whippity whap says Snoozer Goldbar. I can't disagree. Disaster, how are you, sir? There we go. Where Cam, it's just as happy. People can't get along. War is eternal. Yeah, listen. I tell you, it's all about that little space of land. It kicked off here. Do I have the clip my son sent me? Kicked off on Jerusalem Day, where they normally do this whole like march around the old city. Where is it? Oh man, he sent me so much crap. I don't want that. That's so bloody noisy. Hang on. Doink. Okay, one sec. He sent me so much crap. What was the good one he sent? Hang on 1 second. Let me see if my daughter sent me some stuff as well. Let's see what she got. Okay. Okay, what the hell's that? Okay, this is why Israel's a weird country at war. What is that? Okay. Okay. Does anything blow up? No. Okay, I'm glad. Let's skip that one. That was garbage. Okay, that's good. Oh yeah, no, we're going back to the other one. Yeah, I feel very patriotic. Let's enlarge that. Let's enlarge that for the something for the dads. I think they used to call it, right? How do I get back to that? What? Come back! Oh, now you're just teasing me. Hang on 1 second. Here we go. Yeah. Fine. Yes. Okay, this was awesome. Let's go for this one again. You see, this is what I mean when I say Gal Gadot is like average looking in Israel. Israelis are insanely hot. Israeli men, they're all just insanely hot. Yeah, fine. Let's see what the next one is. What is this? Okay, this is a weird. Okay, my daughter's sending me the wrong stuff. This is just a weird football chant. That's like what? Don't bother me with that. Okay, here we go. Back to the chat. Mabel23, how you doing? Stay safe. I'm in my basement. I'm actually in the bomb shelter, right? I'm trying to keep everybody else out of it, quite frankly. Going on Northern 970 days that we used to shoot at each other in the city. Yeah, well, listen. Like, it was never like that. I've never lived in anything like that. The high thought thing has made me reluctant to watch this stuff again. I wish you would just shut up, idiot. We don't care about your idiot opinions. You were actually very good as Doctor Who. Look, when we get through the chat, we'll watch the trailer, which was freaking incredible. That trailer is awesome that they did. Daughters of God, punishment from men being men. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Tracy Thomas, how are you, sir? Madam, I should say. Carol Lynch, how are you? Did you just assume my gender? Yes, I did. Tracy, I assume you're a lady. Who else is there? Steve Ramiro, Carol Lynch, I've said hello to. Okay, we're getting there. I'm about 15 minutes behind. Oh, no, I'm about 20 minutes behind now. Okay, but I'm going fast. Okay, now I just, Gene Macron says hello to already. Peter Rich, there are a lot of staff users like, okay, fine. You see, I stop in the chat occasionally, in case something cool pops up. Okay, that was weird. Keely Chow is here. It jumped again. Keely Chow, Retro Dicky, how you doing, sir? I gotta come back on that channel. What's that channel you were on? It was I remember I had a lot of fun. You were on it. I can't remember who else was on it, but I have to go back there. It was a lot of fun. Fine. I think I caught up with the chat. Fine. So where was I starting? Yeah, let's look at the big finish, the trailer for for the Ninth Doctor. The trailer is freaking incredible, and I think the set also very good. Here it is. This is incredible. If you haven't seen this yet, this is freaking incredible. Okay. I got to share the screen first. First I share the screen, then I make it big. She cried, madam. There you go. Very clever trailer. I'm telling you, 10 out of 10 for the trailer. We turn the sound up. Good callback.
Locked on a single planet. One time, one place. I don't know how you stand it. It's a big universe out there, and you haven't even scratched the surface. Well, it's time to change that. You're going to hear amazing things. You'll go from the Firth of Forth to alien worlds, to the sphere of freedom and a giant necropolis. You'll hear musicians in Paris play deadly games, meet monsters on movie sets and the real Macbeth. There'll be new enemies and old friends, people to lose and people to save, and every day the universe at stake. I can't promise it'll be safe. In fact, it'll be very dangerous indeed. But it'll be the greatest journey you'll ever take. I promise you. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. I tell you, if you love this era, if this era is your era, you're gonna freaking love this. Again, and it's really cool because it's a new take on it, right? Again, because it's the first Ninth Doctor without Rusty Davidson. So again, it's the first Ninth Doctor without lots of family going on and like lots of very normal, realistic characters, which I think really, really worked. Titus in the Bell, John Shelter, you have your priorities right. Yes, exactly. It's big from the inside, baby. So yeah, listen, I was generally speaking very positive about it. Yeah, I really was. I was extremely positive about it. I was gonna do it. Yeah, I was sick today, so I was gonna do this video, but I just was like, that was actually a lot I was gonna do. I just didn't have the energy. Oh, but wait a minute. Here, let me show you the cosplayer I am considering. Yeah, the thumbnail I'm considering for Saturday night, the Saturday night comic show. Was it the Comicsgate Conquers Saturdays? I found there's a lot of Daphne cosplay. I'm like, yes, this is something we've got to do. This one's a bit better. I know. I do like a bit. Oh yeah, I think this is the winner. This is a little bit much, but I don't know why. Maybe she was hot and she had to get some of her top off. But yeah. So this is definitely the direction we're going to go. Very good. Fine. So what was I looking at? I was looking at, what was the next thing on the thumb? Oh yeah, I wanted to look at it. I started doing a video about this, but I just ran out of energy. I couldn't. I was like, oh god. What we're going to do is I'll put out a video about this tomorrow. But this does require talking about. Of course, it's the bizarre connection between SJWs and anti-Semitism in that they are all anti-Semite. Like, how can you tell somebody's an SJW because they're an anti-Semite? Oh, Tracy Thomas, you hit 3,000 subscribers. That is correct. I am not sure who the 3,000 is, but I have decided bonus prize has to go to you for suggesting the prize that you will be in my graphic novel. Your bonus prize is you will be in my graphic novel if you so choose to be so. I will put you in I will put a cameo appearance of you in. So which I'm actually looking forward to getting back to drawing soon. So fine. So Anita Sarkeesian starts off by saying Israel did not exist until 73 years ago. That is true. Okay, that's actually yes. It was decreed into existence by the UN, the most legitimate country in the history of mankind. We didn't kill anybody. We didn't take anything over. No, you just gave it to us because you felt bad, and you felt bad because you killed a lot of us. That's basically what happened, right? There's a little bit more complicated than that, but that's essentially what went down. When they were a settler colony, no. Okay, so Israel has maintained a uninterrupted there's been an uninterrupted Jewish presence in Israel for millennia, for thousands of years. Even during the exile, we've maintained a connection to it. As we were talking about before, we we do talk about it a lot in our liturgy. It's not like we just turned up here. We are the indigenous population. But you know what? We're quite happy to share. Okay, here's the thing: we're quite happy to share. We just have one rule. Just one rule. That's it. And this is really the rule. Don't try and kill us. Don't try and kill us because we're us. Okay, that's it. And that's the bar. That's it. That's the bar you got to get over. And then we're all cool, right? Then there's no trouble. And that's the bar you can't get over. You know, like it. You know when we say never again, you know, we really meant that, right? we really meant that. I've spoken about this before. Never again means never again. Means we're not going to let you kill us again, no matter how bad it makes you feel, right? So, you know, we would much rather achieve that peacefully, right? We would much rather have you not murder us by you not trying to murder us, right? That's number one. That's our goal, what we want in life. That would be awfully nice. If we have to, kill you to stop you murdering us, that's what we're going to do. And it doesn't matter. There's no number where it goes, oh yeah, no. We can't do that. No. If it's one of you, that's great. If it's 10 of you, if it's 100 of you, whatever it needs to be. Whatever it needs to be to stop you murdering us is what we will do, right? That's it. And that's the only budget. And you know what? The crazy thing is this. We really should be able to live in peace and harmony. Here's the really insane thing. Jews and Muslims believe in exactly the same God, right? That's it. We believe in exactly the same concept. The God we believe in is the same one. Like a Jew can pray without a problem in a mosque, and it's much more problematic to enter a church for a bunch of reasons, right? On a Jewish legal level. So, but see that, I mean, and you know, like when Israel pulled out of Gaza, that should have made it into like a paradise, right? That it was like beachfront property. There was like the tech boom going on. We could have made a freaking fortune, and everybody could have lived very well, but they just couldn't get over the bar of not wanting to kill us, right? That's basically. There's like, listen, we can all have a good. No, we got to really. Can you not let that go? No, we can't let that go. That's really important to you. Okay, fine. So, we're not an invading colony. We're the indigenous population, quite happy to share the land as we kept saying, wouldn't you like to share? Like, you know, like, where would so we're not an invading colony, okay? And talking about Palestine, the word Palestine, where did that come from? It came from Rome. It was Rome renamed it Palestine after they invaded and exiled most of the Jews, right? It's a Roman invention. The indigenous name is Judea, right? Okay. And have been violently maintaining their position. Yes, we have enacted violence to stop you murdering us, right? Again, that's the only bar. Stop trying to kill us. That's it. That's really it. That's, you know, you can do anything else you like. What, you want to worship chickens? That's fine. We don't care. We don't care. You can do whatever you want. All we're asking, and this is it, don't try and kill us for being Jews. That's it, right? I don't think that's too much to ask. But apparently, for Anita Sarkeesian, yes, it is. And then she goes, I bet you're going to call me anti-Semitic. Yes, I am. You know why? Because you're being anti-Semitic. Here's the thing. Now, at last, you out there can have experienced the same thing. Because, you know, when you said, oh, this Doctor Who's awful, they said, well, you're a sexist. I'm like, what? But no, I just said this Doctor Who's awful. They do exactly the same thing. But if you don't know the history, which she clearly doesn't, here's a good primer to get you started. Israel isn't a country. It is. I mean, that's just factually wrong. No, they're a settler colony. No, we're a country. Settler colony. So now she gets on a high horse about how evil the Western world is. Settler colonialism is a form of colonialism that seeks to replace the native population of. We are the native population, which we're happy. We're not looking to replace anybody. We're happy to share. What's the proof we're happy to share? Because most of Israel is a completely blended society. With the new settlers, this is what Israel is. Palestine is the country. They are kind of like, no, Palestine doesn't exist. Again, you're talking about Jordan. God's sake, the sheer arrogance and ignorance. So here goes. The political power Israel has is because they're allies with countries like America. The reason we're allies with countries like America is mainly because Nixon wanted to be nice to Henry Kissinger, who was Jewish. And I'm doing this for you, Henry. But also because we shared American values. And because Anita hates American values, she hates him and she hates Israel, right? Because we had the same values of liberty and democracy, you know, and like equality. Yeah, and here's the incredible thing: the only thing that Anita has in common with Hamas is they hate Jews, right? That's the only thing she has in common. Yeah, Hamas is like there's no feminism in with Hamas. There's no there's no LGBTQ rights. You know, you get killed for that. Yeah, like they are completely intolerant of everyone. Like they share no value other than they hate Jews, and they're like, oh. There you go. They're clearly my friends, and just don't call me anti-Semitic. I mean, really, how much more anti-Semitic can you be? Do you want to put on a Hitler costume, start marching up and down? Yes, no, I will call you anti-Semitic for being anti-Semitic. So yes, we allied with America because we shared their values that you cherish, who support their state-sanctioned violence. Again, the state-sanctioned violence is the minimum use of force to stop you murdering us. All you have to do to stop the violence is stop trying to kill us. It's really, really simple. Right? I don't think we can get any more simple than that. Even in mentioning barbaric and violent atrocities they commit is unacceptable. Well, it's unacceptable when you make them up. When you say there are barbaric and violent atrocities. Yes, I know you say that a lot, but then when we look into these barbaric atrocities, they turn out to be fabricated and didn't happen. You know what happens if you're a soldier and you shoot a Palestinian? You go to jail, just like straight away. That's like there's an assumption of guilt. Nobody wants to be involved with this, right? This is here's the other reality that I think you're missing. I can tell you from personal experience that we really don't teach our kids to hate Palestinians. Because why? The reason, according to Judaism, that we've been in exile for the last 2,000 years, that we've been a downtrodden nation, right? The reason why is so we know how it feels to be in exile. We know how it feels to be powerless. And so we would have compassion on those without power, right? That's what's neat, because the function of the Jews, according to Jewish philosophy, is to eventually act as like a priestly caste connecting the rest of the world to God, right? But to do that, you need to understand someone's feeling of powerlessness, because we are all basically powerless in the face of God, and that's why we've had that's why we had 2,000 years of like pogroms and Holocaust. This is why. Right, so we can be empathetic to you. That's basically why. So we do not teach our kids to hate the Palestinians. However, they do teach their kids that they want to have the street run red with Jewish blood. There's no comparison. There's no moral comparison whatsoever. It's not like, oh, we're just as bad as that. No, we are so much freaking better. It's not that we're better. We're normal. You're just weirdly bad, okay? When Jews get out of line and they lynch an Arab, and that does happen. It has happened. It happens rarely, but there's shock and there's remorse. At first we don't believe it. I can think of one time when it happened. There might be a second time that's going on right now, right? But there might be one time when that I know what happened. And at first, none of us believed it. We were like, no, it cannot be. We don't do that. It cannot be. And then we found out there was just this remorse and shame, right? When on the other side of the fence, when Jewish boys kidnapped and murdered, they hand out candy and they dance in the street. There's no comparison with morality whatsoever. It's just the inversion of truth, which is, how can you tell it's the inversion of truth? It's coming out of Anita Sarkeesian's mouth, or her Twitter. So so mentioning it is unacceptable in many American political, because we do kind of get annoyed when you commit anti-Semitism, which is what blood labels are, which is when you tell a story about someone intended to demonize them, which isn't entirely true. Yes, we do get a little bit annoyed about it. Case in point, early on in Femme Frequency days, I had a major corporate funder threatened to pull out if I didn't consider firing an employee who merely tweeted out about the war crimes of Israel was committing against Palestine. Yeah, exactly. Could you again? That tweet was clear, definable anti-Semitism because it was bullshit. That's why. Yeah, it wasn't like, oh no, we can't. You have complete freedom to criticize. There's a lot to criticize about Israel, quite frankly. I always said the same thing about Trump as well. I didn't know why he had to make things up. Have you ever noticed, by the way, that the world as it is right now, it's kind of as they said it was under Trump, but it actually is that now, right? That's a bit crazy. My work wasn't even about global politics, and neither was the company. So this guy, now she just goes, "Hi, I'm totally ignorant. I haven't read this book yet, but it strikes me as so accurate, except for Palestine." So somehow now she's going to make the claim that the Palestinian cause has been forgotten about by American liberals. Really? Have you ever seen CNN? Weirdo. American activists will fight for social justice, but ignore. She's basically she's calling out for a hate mob against it. She's calling out for a hate mob against Jews. That's really what she's doing right now. She's inciting her insane people, who you better go burn down some synagogues. That's basically what she's saying, I think. But ignore the plight of the Palestinians, and this has got to end. American activism has deeply reckoned with the ways of our government has supported and perpetuated colonialism and state-sanctioned violence, both within and without our borders around the world. Yeah, exactly. The allegation is as credible as that and the American police force act as an extrajudicial execution squad for Black Americans, right? It which is exactly what they believe, and they say very openly. So yeah, full of shit. Fine. What else is on the thumbnail? There's a lot to talk about. Hang on, let's go back to the thumbnail. Let's go back to the thumbnail. Let's go back to the thumbnail and see what I was going to talk about. So talk about Ravagers. Was quite good. Let's see. Let's share the thumbnail because she's a pretty lady here. And oh yes, I love Chris Eccleston's face here. Chris clearly likes a bit of booty, right? I can see, and Rose is not happy about it. Yeah, we should talk about. Oh, maybe we should talk about the MCU banned in China. Yeah, so this is a bit of great Schadenfreude, right? So apparently, this is just a story. I can read this. I don't even need to read out a story for this, right? Apparently, the state-controlled like movie channel list all the movies coming out. They didn't include Shang-Chi and the Eternals. And Shang-Chi, I think they made specifically to appeal to the Chinese, even though they seem to hate it, right? But they're still very desperate to get some of that Chinese market money, right? But so these two movies aren't listed. This is after they carried water big time for China, right? Like in a huge way for China. So it's one of these Schadenfreude. So I think the Eternals has a director they don't like. Basically, it's two political things, but neither of these movies were listed by the Chinese movie channel. So it looks like they're not being released in China, which again, wonderful Schadenfreude. Isn't that incredible? It's it's all right. Chris Oda, how you doing? So there you go. So yeah, the MCU may be banned in China after they have carried such insane water for the MCU. Fine, let's look at the Draconian story. This is actually something I'm quite excited about. So we go over here. Share screen. Chrome tab. Okay, so let's see. So who's in the cast is actually very good as well. Jay McKenna as the kind of certainly appears to be the villain at one point, right? Is very good. She's also very good and actually quite well cast, right? So Third Doctor and the Draconians. There you go. This is actually they haven't killed for me yet. The Third Doctor range. Somebody said it's going to be really woke. Somebody in one of the comments said it's going to be the next one's going to be really woke. I really hope not, because I do like this series. It's a good range. So far it's been pretty much excellent throughout. There are Draconian Space and Devil in Devon, and two brand new full cast Doctor Who, new full cast Doctor Who, the Third Doctor audio adventures, released in October 2021. So this isn't exactly new news. It's been on the schedule for a long time, right? So it's been I mean we've known about it, but we're getting some details about the story. So what is interesting about this is they've doubled the release for this range this year, which must mean it's selling very well. And also, I think it deserves to sell well because it's a good range. It does its job well. And I say, I do think the last one, the fifth box set, the first one with the Brigadier in, was absolutely excellent. It was really, really good. There's a great Dalek story in that. Okay, the Third Doctor, Tim Treloar, who's a very good Third Doctor. And Joker. But again, look, I mean, put him in a wig, put him in a Third Doctor costume, it wouldn't look bad. It wouldn't look bad. Why can't they do a freaking photo shoot? I don't understand. What, you don't think those photos would be useful? You don't think they would sell? You wouldn't be able to use it? Yeah, they would go down well, I think. The third Doctor, Jim Laura and Joe Grant are reunited on a draconian space yacht in Conspiracy in Space, while Sarah Jane Smith. This really. I mean, I pre-ordered this, so it's happening. Sadie Man and the Brigadier feature alongside the Doctor in the Devil's Hoofprint, a dark tale of mystery and things that go creepy. Things that go creepy in the night. So I do like that. I mean, it fits very well into the era that they would be very what's the word like horror, orientated, because it's it just horror was cool then. I think that's what made the Demons so beloved, right, and such a classic. Was it just like so tied into what was very, very contemporary of the day. Fine. So anyway, so volume 8. So volume 7 must be the one coming out. Maybe volume 6 is the one I liked. I can't remember. Off 5 or 6. I'll look it up in a second. 1 second. So it'll pre-order now. There's my camera. There, I'm sitting down again. There we go. So Conspiracy in Space. This one sounds like the better one, by Alan Barnes. Solid writer, right? He's normally pretty good. When the TARDIS is diverted to Draconia, the Doctor and Jo fall foul the hawkish Lady Zin. War with Earth seems imminent, and the Draconian military are on high alert, and rumors of a special super weapon are rife. Execution, assassination, intrigue, and mystery, and a mysterious faction known only as the Eyes are all part of a deadly mission of the Doctor and Jo. Have no choice but accept. But as they fight to survive, the peace of the entire galaxy hangs in the balance. So that sounds like a solid story, right? That sounds like a solid, good third Doctor story. That's pretty gonna be good. So Devil's Hoofprint by Robert Valentine. Robert Valentine, not as good as Alan Barnes. Robert Valentine has a history of pretty naff stories. Now think about it. Let's have a quick look. Okay. Oh dear, he's on the War. Doctor Begins. He did one of the Master. It was okay. This was okay. Wasn't terrible. These were not that great. He's not terrible. I mean, these two. This one was terrible. The Lovecraft Invasion. That was absolutely awful. But other than that, who knows? So anyway, the idea is long ago in Devon in 1855, a mysterious event occurred. Overnight, during a terrible blizzard, thousands of hoofprints appeared in the snow, and tracks led for miles, and no one ever identified who or what caused them. Meanwhile, years later, the Doctor and Sarah and the Brigadier have come to Devon themselves to visit a controversial scientific establishment in the wake of mysterious death and rumors of strange occurrences in the vicinity. So it's interesting. It sounds much more like a season 7 or 8 story, right? But over in season 11, which feels a bit weird, but okay. But things are just about to get much worse, much stranger, because they're about to uncover the origin of the Devil's Hoofprints. But this is one of the mysteries. But is this one mystery that should remain unsolved? Okay. Making their debut in Big Finish in producer as Conspiracy Spaces. Heather Chatlands, they basically say, "Hi, look, we had somebody who's a girl make this. We're not sexist. A girl made it because a girl is a girl, and girls are just as good as boys, and we're just totally not sexist." That's what this whole basically. And her quote was, "Big Finish hired me, and I'm a girl." That should be her quote. That's what she says. It's been an absolute joy producing this episode of the third Doctor. It's not an episode, it's 4 episodes. Story. It doesn't sound good, right? That's not how a fan talks. Did they produce 1 episode? What the hell? Okay. Conspiracy sees Jo and the Doctor called back to Draconia and the swoon swept over high stakes. We tested there with there, blah 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 blah. Nothing is similar to Zim Spice. Okay, fine. Yeah, I know. We just read this. Leave me alone. One of an action-packed script from Alan Barnes. Okay, fine. Okay, listen. She can't be any more soy than David Richardson, who is like David Richardson is made of 80% soy nowadays. Well, really, they gave this out for free. Are they charging for this now? Yeah, their mind. Because nobody seemed that interested. Yeah, $9.99. Yeah, no, they gave this away for free on their YouTube channel, and I didn't even bother listening to it then. Like, who cares? Oh, I'm running out of steam. I'm telling you, not well. Disney's a gender and race swap. Lost Boys. Oh, really? Oh, stop. Just stop, Disney. Everything. Just stop. Yeah, I saw this thing about Amazon Studios. Jennifer Salke says Lord of the Rings needs a giant global audience. Well, try and make it Lord of the Rings then, right? Gal Gadot reels about Joss Whedon and her career while filming Justice League. I might do a video about her. Did she pull out the anti-Semites really quickly? I mean, she's like a magnet to them, right? Woke celebrity Rosanna compares Republicans to because she's a moron. After MCU cancels next year's Golden Globes, Golden Globes has been cancelled big time. They didn't do enough. They weren't woke enough. It's crazy. 1 second. Yeah, let's have a quick look at the Gal Gadot story. So fine. What she wrote was one of the nicest things ever. My heart breaks. My country is at war. I worry for my family, my friends. I worry for my people. This is a vicious cycle that has been going on for far too long. The vicious cycle is actually we let Hamas live. It happens every 5 years if we don't uproot them. Israel deserves to live in as a free, safe nation, and neighbors deserve the same. That's actually fair. I pray for the victims and their families. That's fair. I pray for the unimaginable hostility to end. I pray for our leaders to find a solution that we can all live in peace side by side. I pray for a better day. I don't. So, how can anybody not like that? We'll find out, because Carlin didn't like it. He said, Gal Gadot literally said neighbors as if a non-existent country is not a colonizer, and she is talking about not actual citizens of the country. What? Say that again. Gal Gadot literally said neighbors as if a non-existent country, what is existent, is not the colonizer. It's not the colonizer, and the people she's talking about are not the actual citizens of the country. Again, there was no country called Palestine. It's just reality. What an idiot, says certified whore. Well, listen. Anybody who's a certified whore, I mean, their opinion is has to be good for something. So while Carter the at Ungatan S word, this is weird. No, your country you're speaking about is committing genocide. How many times you can only commit genocide once, right? Because then once you committed it, everybody's dead, right? And then there's no more people because you committed genocide. If there's people still alive, it's not genocide. Lindsay Lohan, really? Oh, no, it's not it. I heard that Brie Larson, idiot that she is, unfollowed Gal Gadot over this. I pray you shut the F up. Well, intelligent debate like that. Unimaginable hostility, colonizer, you're a war criminal. You know that, right? No, she's a pretty hot woman, I think. And again, the charge we're colonizers is ridiculous. And the other thing is, we're happy to live in peace side by side, right? Why do they all ignore that? I guess because they want to not like Jews. You don't get to pray for better days when you're actively supporting the army committing genocide against innocent men. Again, how many times can you commit genocide? It's like they kept saying they killed the number 2 person from Al Qaeda. You can only say that 3 times. Well, Sam says it well. F you, seriously. Well, there you go, Sam. I mean, I can't argue with you there. Again, they keep saying community genocide. I don't think they know what those words mean. God, this goes on forever. Enough already. Let's have a look. Shang-Chi we talked about. I can't be bothered with this Christopher Eccleston story. It's so he's a moron, right? The SCG I was melted down about Donald Glover. That sold on eBay. What was the next story? Where'd it go? What was it again? Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen is a douchebag. Seth Rogen, all new areas of douchebaggery, right? Yes, super douchebag. Seth Rogen said he will no longer work with James Franco anytime. He will not work with James Franco anytime soon. Following multiple accusations of sexual misconduct against the actor. You know what I found out today? The new movie by Zack Snyder, the zombie movie, which looks freaking awesome, right? It looks absolutely awesome. It's got Tig Notaro in it, and it costs as much to put her in it as a whole movie because the guy who was in it originally had a bunch of allegations against him, and so they digitally removed him from the movie and replaced him with Tig Notaro, which we live in strange times. We live in strange. Again. I think the end's coming to. I think this is the light the fuse moment. Seth Rogen has recently revealed that he has no plans to work with fellow actor James Franco. Rogen's comments come after repeated sexual misconduct allegations, including sexually exploitative behavior and harassment made against Franco. What I can say is that I despise abuse and harassment, and I would never cover or conceal the actions of somebody doing it, or knowingly put somebody in a situation where they would be around somebody like that, explained Rogen to the interviews at the Times via Yahoo Entertainment. Okay. Rogen also took the time to take a jab at James Franco when he hosted Saturday Night Live in 2024, when he specifically spoke about how he joked about posing as a young girl on Instagram to prank him, further adding Franco to seem unfazed. I decided to prank James Franco. I posed as a young girl on Instagram. I told him that I was. Told him I was way young. He seemed unfazed. Then I have a date with him to meet him at the Ace Hotel, joked Rogen during his opening monologue. And I'm like, well, that's pretty okay. As per Yahoo Entertainment, Rogen said he very much regrets making that joke. And he went so far as deeming it terrible in hindsight. Rogen then briefly touched on the possibility of working with Franco again, especially after everything that happened since they last worked together on Disaster Artist. I also look back on the interview in 2018 where I commented that I would keep working with James. And the truth is, I have not, and I do not plan to right now. He said, because I don't know, he just seems like a douchebag. Why can't you just say nothing, mate? I mean, I think you're just virtue signaling. Frank and Rogen have been working together since the stoner comedy Pineapple Express, which I freaking love that movie. Released in theaters in 2008. Ever since then, the production companies they have produced other comedies, including The Interview and the critically acclaimed Disaster Artist, which was very good. His portrayal of Tommy Wiseau in the Disaster Artist Franco got the Golden Globe Award. Well, the Golden Globes will be cancelled now because they're pretty much got that. Following when his sexual misconduct by a handful of former students of Studio 4, which is an acting and filmmaking school the actor founded in 2014 and eventually shut down in 2017. I don't know. I guess power is not a good thing, right? Power is generally speaking, oh God, how long is this? Power is generally speaking not a good thing. It makes people into assholes. Okay, so it's so they brought in a lawsuit in 2019 by students. Sarah the Kaplan. Okay, let's see what she looks like. Okay, I want to see who who is it that James Franco couldn't resist himself over? Okay, I want to see if I believe it or not. Let's have a look. Yeah. No. No. Get out of here. Yeah, no. Really? Really? No. Okay, what's the other one called? No. Stop. Stop. Okay, so what's the first? Okay, fine. I don't believe her. Frankly, I just don't believe her. Tony Gall. Let's have a look at Tony Gall. Okay, 1 second. Okay, reasonably hot. But not like, yeah, I don't know. Seems to be, yeah, really? Not really. I don't think so. Seems to me, if I was in James Franco's position, right, and I wanted to sleep with somebody, I would, illicitly, I would just hire a hooker, right? And they would, look good. There'll probably be a porn star, look good, and be willing. I don't know. Doesn't that make more sense? Right? I mean, that just makes more sense, doesn't it? And that's just what again, this is just the way I look at life. I don't know about you. I think it just makes more sense. Fine. So, yeah. Well, separate companies condemned abusive behavior and harassment and is unwilling to work with Franco in the near future. He has actually been accused of enabling his friend in the past. Well, it's probably true as well. Blah, blah, blah. Just like Charlene Lee was disgusted by white men choosing power over protecting children and women from predators. See, they proceed to name James Franco Rogan. White men saying it's not their responsibility. They keep saying white men makes you sound pretty racist. Okay, who's Charlene Lee? Let's have a look at her. Charlene Lee. Oh, you are kidding me. No one is bagging you, baby. Yeah, you're safe. You are super safe from sexual harassment. Okay, super safe. No one is touching that. Will you stop? Oh, for God's sake. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. White men saying it's not their responsibility when holding James Franco accountable, or I mean, I guess everyone's into weird kinks, I guess. Or when holding Seth Rogen and his neighbor, I guess everyone's into weird stuff. Women who have PTSD from James Franco, yeah, no, it sounds like bullcrap. It sounds like bullcrap. Another Saturday Night Live sketch. Okay, fine. Who cares? I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to skip the Billy Piper story. I'm really not feeling well. Oh, fine. I'm going to drop the. I'll go over what I'm dropping tomorrow because I've still got a bunch of stuff I've made the thumbnails for, but I haven't done the videos for. So there's this one. Anything else? I think these 4. So I was going to do the. That's annoying. Try that again. I was going to do the Ninth Doctor audios as it do each of them individually, but honestly, it's all wrapped into one story. It's basically one 3-part miniseries, and it's self-contained as well. It's just nice to hear him again. Fine. So I got to do an Invincible season 1 review. That's still on the table. I was going to do it today, but I was just like, ugh. And we got 1 second ago. But Eki thump action there. Streamer gets super excited with the Timeless Children fan theory, not realizing they're just rehashing the Trial of Time Lord. Yeah, they're not that smart. So yeah, we're going to go over that Anita Sarkeesian thing in more detail. Dismantling Anita Sarkeesian's racist narrative, a deep dive into why progressive liberals are always anti-Semites. It's great being on the right side of history, isn't it, my brothers? I'm sure it is for you. And finally, the Ninth Doctor into the Ravagers. Pretty darn good. A good wrap up as well. Good denouement. I generally speaking recommend that. I'm sorry, I'm going to wrap up a bit early. I am really not under the weather. I'm going to wish everybody good evening, and I hope they have a good time in whatever you do in the rest of the evening. What day is it today? It's Thursday, right? It's Thursday. Right, fine. I wonder if my wife's back from shopping yet. What if my friend is coming to join us for Sabbath. Barry Borch is coming to join us for Sabbath, and I think he's staying for Shavuot. I think. I guess we'll find out. It could be weird though. It could just be like a few of us. It depends. Was it like the whole war thing has changed everyone's plans? I guess I'll let you know on Sunday when I know more. Join me tomorrow as well. I'll be with Father Miller at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I guess some more stuff will be going down. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button, and I'm going to hit it again.